Okay. Vaeloria sprawls across the trackless sea. A place of machinations and arcane power where the deep hum of engines fill the air and lights flicker with the unsteady pulse of the city's magical heart. Cobblestone streets glisten wetly under a fine mist that clings to every surface, wrapping the city in a constant dampness that feels more than atmospheric, something seeping out of Valoria's core. Here, automobiles clatter and hiss, their brass fittings gleaming with the rust and residue of enchanted oils. People mill in nervous clusters, watching their neighbors with cautious eyes. Too many have gone missing in the recent weeks. Their bodies found later, or parts of them, arranged like grotesque art displays in back alleys and hidden courtyards. Rumors spiral around the city like wildfire. Some say there's a deranged killer, others claim dark forces. The latest body they found was splayed across the steps of the opera house, had flowers sprouting out its eye sockets and mouth, dark red blooms nestled in blood-stained soil. In the depths of Moonshade Forest, the Drow tribe lingers under an eternal twilight. The forest is in a realm unto itself, a pocket of endless dusk where silver mists swirl around towering trees, each trunk etched with the symbols of those who have walked before. The Drow move silently through this haunted space, draped in shadowed and adorned with feathers and bones, their eyes reflecting the dim glow of the bioluminescent flora scattered like stars across the forest floor. They are warriors and survivor, their culture woven from the magic of the forest and the heritage of an ancient twisted lineage. Back in Vaeloria, the royal governor remains unseen, barricaded within his mansion with only his guards and his jesters as emissaries to the worlds beyond the gates. Some claim illness, others suggest fear, but no one knows for sure. His absence has only added to the city's growing sense of instability. Outside the city walls, the Lasamba clan, a group of vampire gypsies, roam in nomadic clusters, drawing to them the curious and young and foolish alike. Their leader, Vincent, an enigmatic figure with a silver tongue, watches over the clan as they accept young adults into their ranks, granting immortality with all of the gravity of a sacred rite. What have you guys been doing these past 2 months that you've been living in Vaeloria, and what brought you here in the first place? Who would like to start?
I vote we go in order in the chat, in the voice chat.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say, I think I would like to go last, actually, but just for...
Kiki is muted.
Oh. Callum. Ballum.
Alright, fuck it. Nothing really brought Cerulean to Vaeloria. She's kind of just a wanderer. She was looking to cut ties with whoever brought her to Faerun thanks to some nasty business with a wizard. Saw a ship and got on board. And since she's been there, she's probably just been picking up odd jobs and just keeping quiet. Just a little corner of the world for herself.
Okay, Callum?
Callum was actually brought there / kind of dragged there by Cerulean. Callum originally was living by himself in a forest in another near another town. When Cerulean and Xander came up and was investigating, Callum, after being tackled by 300 pounds of metal, they somehow convinced Callum to come along, and that's what he done. Well, that's what he has done since, he's like, I have nowhere else to go, so he's just been kind of laying low and staying quiet ever since in the city, helping out with odd jobs and such. Maybe probably hunting in the forest, possibly, selling pelts or something.
Okay, how about Pierogi?
Alright, Rogi had to leave his, previous life in the circus, which caused him to travel around to find somewhere, to go that was safe enough, and, after traveling a bit, he eventually found himself, in Vaeloria. Well, near Vaeloria, and he had actually ran into Cerulean on the way there, and they went into the city together.
Okay, Xander?
Alright. Xander somehow died. Or at least half dead, as he woke up on the shores of Vaeloria with a trident sticking out of his back. He doesn't really remember how it happened or where, but the only thing he does get is faint glimpses of something keeping him alive, but outside otherworldly force. But in the meantime, he decided to just find a job and work around the city while he tries to figure out exactly what happened to him.
Okay, and then, Connor.
Yeah, betrayal and shame kind of bring Connor to Vaeloria. He sort of was cast away from his old home and eventually ended up on a ship here and stayed for a while in the outskirts with the other vampires before kind of venturing into the city to mind his business and find a plate and just kind of mind his business and keep low, which he's done a terrible job at.
Okay, we will start the day with Connor. As you wake up in a shitty cell that you've been sleeping in and on all weekend. Butch lets you out. You hear the door open and just make a really loud, rusty, dragging noise as the cell door opens. And he looks at you and he says, "Well, you gonna behave now, kid?"
Not going to make any promises there. But, thank you for your gracious hospitality.
Yeah. Hospitality, you could call it that. Well, you could do a favor for me.
What's that?
Well, you can see I'm short-handed around here. So if you see any shit going down, I'll pay you for the arrest. If you ever bring any sons of so-and-sos up in here.
Even if it's another god?
If he's doing something illegal.
Suppose I can keep an eye out.
Right, okay. Well, you go do that, okay? And keep out of trouble.
Right. Trouble. And Connor's just going to collect his things and be on his way.
And then meanwhile, everybody else wakes up at a normal day in their homes, not in jail.
I do not have control of the basilisk.
Can you control it now, or?
Yep.
Alright. Well, since it's morning, Froggy will have gone into the kitchen and made coffee. And probably breakfast, too. A lot. He made a lot.
Yeah, probably about hour and a half after Progi gets up, Cerulean will come out of her room, already dressed in full armor. Good morning, Pierogi.
Good morning. I made coffee and breakfast. You can have his much as you like, and if you need more, then I can make more.
Thank you. Well, yeah, she'll probably sit down at the table and start eating. Oh wait, no, she feeds she feeds Cassette first. Probably goes into the pantry and gets like a very large deer haunch that she's been saving, skins it, and sets it down on the hearth for the baby. And then she'll go start eating herself.
And once Arlington's settled in, Brogy will start eating as well.
Callum is also, like, probably up, maybe putting maybe a few things away. But he is also making his own breakfast. This is slightly different, as he has some gain from hunting from last night, and he pretty much, skins it and puts it away to possibly, make something out of the fur in a little bit. And he takes the completely raw meat that he just skinned, he just starts chowing down on it. And he doesn't waste anything. He eats liver, heart, everything. And he typically kind of does it in like have to like typically sometimes put a mat down just to make sure he doesn't get blood everywhere. And yeah, after he does that, then he goes out and cleans himself so that way there is no evidence of anything.
And then there's just sitting at the table, eating whatever Bob makes it fine for him to chow down on. They just make sure to cook it, even though it doesn't need to. He at least wants it to taste good.
Okay, and what does Kana do when he gets home?
He'll just kind of show up back in his little loft in the city and that he's renting out, and throw his stuff down and go over to the whatever fridge, I don't know, whatever he's canned, and pull out like a thing of a bag of blood, and just kind of and have a drink from that.
This blood is brought to you by Blackstone Solutions.
It is delicious.
Did you guys ever? Wow. Did you guys ever come up with a venturing group name or guild name or whatever it's called?
I don't think so.
We forgot to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say we're working on it. We're workshopping still.
Okay. Yeah. Unless you guys do anything else, did you guys plan on meeting at any point in the afternoon or whatever?
I mean, sure, why not? Connor's out of jail, might as well See about a job.
Okay, you all meet later that evening, around 5, after doing your daily poop, at
I
the,
miss this place.
at the Gilded Dragon. We hear loud music playing, and lots of cigar and drinks being smashed.
I miss this place.
Nostalgia.
Is it just me, or is Connor's token bigger than the rest of ours?
It is ever so
Little.
slightly larger.
Yeah,
there it
a little
goes.
bit.
Yeah, it's Cerulean going. Doors are shut. Can't get in.
Pew.
Yeah, Cerulean will go in and take a seat at the bar.
You see that there's no one on stage, but the instruments are moving on their own, playing. You see a bunch of people in here. Some you might know. You're
She'll give a polite. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you're greeted by a stern blonde woman as she goes. Welcome to the Gilded Dragon. What can I get for you?
Thank you. I would like a mead, please.
Okay. She pours you a mead. Anybody else?
Same thing.
Yeah, creative.
Scotch.
Tea's fine.
You said what?
Yeah, you go, Xander. We talked the same.
Tea's fine.
Tea at a bar, okay. What about you?
Just pour me a scotch, please, love.
Scotch. And you?
I'll take a meat also.
Okay. And she does a really half-assed job as she runs around and slowly pours your drinks in a messy fashion. And she says, will that be all?
That will be all for me. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go smoke. There are lots of jobs, mostly looking for missing family members. There's also expedition jobs to explore further north of Vaeloria. There's security jobs.
Is there anything that seems to jump out as particularly interesting or unusual?
The most interesting and unusual maybe is on the lookout for who this murder is, which people are calling the artist. because he's leaving these bodies in weird, contorted, kind of like hard pieces of art.
You know, art is in the, up to interpretation.
This one has been getting more bold lately. I'm fine with another security job, but I also wouldn't mind seeing if we can get that one off the streets.
Would be good. Seems like this person has been doing this for a while. If he's able to go for this long and be this out and about it.
What do the rest of you think?
Sam is a thorn in the side. They've been to the entire town. Then, yeah, if we can get them up, they'd at least try.
That security's boarding.
Should pay pretty well too.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. What about you, Pierogi? What do you think?
I do think taking care of the artist would be a good idea. He looks very uneasy.
Oh, things you can stomach pierogi?
I'm fine.
Yes, you just stick with me. Watch my back.
The fucking accent wanted to combine the fucking words so fucking bad.
Sterling just kind of puts a gauntleted hand on Pierogi's head and just gently ruffles his hair.
He gives her a smile.
I will say if anyone is paying attention, unless they're just kind of like staring off or such, Callum is drinking his mead in a very odd way. In which he pretty much just puts his face in it. He does not pick it up.
Connor just kind of bats him back of the head. Isn't anyone taught you manners?
This is just how I prefer to drink.
No, you're in a bar.
Okay,
That's
I've seen plenty of people do stupid things in bars.
Is he still drinking like proper? Come on, kill him.
This is how I prefer to drink. Pardon me.
You're not an animal.
Callum, why don't you come sit by me?
I'm okay. Connor's just being a hard ass.
Manners in a bar.
Thank you, Xander.
Because you're in a bar doesn't mean you can't have etiquette.
There are bar fights. What are you gonna tell me the etiquette of a bar fight next?
No, because it's a fight.
Anyways, bickering aside. Probably the first thing to do is figure out if this artist has a territory he's sticking to. Or whether we have to keep an eye on the entire city.
The city seems a bit out of our pay grade. Connor's gaze kind of settles way over here.
Well, you see Vincent and Esma feeding upon the server in the middle of them on her wrist. She seems to enjoy herself with the face of ecstasy. Sitting across from them looks like two pale-looking drow.
He'll kind of quickly just kind of lower and hide his gaze from them.
See the server, they get done feeding upon her and she stumbles over kind of and just takes a seat over here.
Gonna hide his face, pretend he sees nothing and that he's not there.
Right. So how do we go about finding where this artist has been displaying his skills? You all are more familiar with city life than I am.
I'm afraid I'm not too familiar with city life.
If I had to guess, you would have to follow the pattern of his victims. Where most the attacks have been.
Yes, I'm asking how we find that out.
Ask around.
Perhaps that's too much.
Should be some papers talking about it. Can look at those.
Yes, papers.
I can tell you who the artist is, this woman says, kind of butting in.
Oh? And who would that be?
It's one of yous.
Sterling just immediately turns back around and continues talking with the rest of the group.
Yeah, one of you foreigners that came in all new. Ever since 2 months ago. It's a coincidence, not really. She sounds really drunk as she's like talking and like spilling her drink everywhere.
So, papers and asking the watch.
She gets close to you, Cerulean, and now she's slumped over you, kind of. And you know what? I don't like that hood thing that you're wearing. Why are you wearing that? Murderers wear things to cover their face. You look like a murderer.
I would request you return to your seat, ma'am.
What, you gonna murder me too?
No. But I am not very fond of you hanging over me like that.
Why don't you just all you turn yourselves in and just admit that you guys are the artists?
Is we not?
Indeed.
Callum just continues to weirdly drink his drink. He doesn't even answer.
She stumbles back to her table and now she's just kind of talking shit about you, like really loudly to her friend while you guys are sitting there.
Cerulean just picks up her drink and takes a sip.
I have company this evening.
Borgie's gonna glare at the lady, and he is going to cast Prestidigitation on her to make it sound like she farted.
Whoa. Where? What? Well, excuse me, I'm sorry. But you know what I don't excuse? Murderers.
You're Cerulean let out a very quiet chuckle. Anyways, who wants to check the papers and who wants to see how far we can get with the watch?
I worked at a watch a few times. I think I could talk to him.
I can check papers.
Do you mind if I join you, Xander?
Yeah, the more the better.
I suppose I could check papers.
What the fuck are you doing? He's pointing at you,
Callum.
He's pointing at you, Callum.
Oh, Callum looks up very confused.
Why are you drinking like a dog, my boy?
This is just how I feel comfortable.
You're gonna spill all over the counter. You know how much this counter costs.
I know, but it's a bar counter. If it can't handle a few spills, it shouldn't be a bar counter.
It's a fancy bar, not a bar for people to drink like dogs. If you want to drink like a dog, you drink on the floor, not on my nice mahogany. And he hugs the bar counter as he says it. My nice mahogany bar counter.
Callum just looks at him, but just sighs and then just puts his arms on the counter and just doesn't do anything. He just sighs and just does that.
He slides his hand under the counter and then he throws a straw in your drink. Drink like person! And he walks away angrily.
Well, this is better. And Callum drinks through the straw.
This guy really likes this bar. I shouldn't mess it up.
It's a bar countertop. It's supposed to be it's supposed to get wet. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Is he not capable of cleaning it?
Some people just like their fancy possessions.
I don't understand why about having expensive things. Sure, they look nice, but what do they really do?
Cerulean just shrugs.
You see a pale elf walk to the bar and order a drink. She gets a vodka. Then the drunk woman comes over to the drow and pokes her in the chest and says, "It's you drow people in the forest too, making us disappear and murdering us." And before she can finish that sentence, she gets punched in the mouth and knocks out as she, without even a blink, just keeps walking back to her table. The music continues playing afterwards.
Oh, that was bound to happen.
Cerulean claps, just very quietly.
That was so unfortunate.
Oh yes, how unfortunate. Fergie just takes a sip from his mead.
Oh my god. Emergency. I need... There's blood on this table. I gotta clean it quickly. He scrubs intensely. Move this woman. See one of the servers drag one of the women out in the back.
Right, anyways. So Pierogi and Callum are checking the papers, and Xander and I are talking to the watch.
Well, there's one missing element.
Yeah, I just got out of bed this morning, so I don't think they want to see me back yet.
Then I suppose you're with Pierogi and Callum.
I suppose so. I think I have some papers back at my place.
Well, let us go then. Cerulean's gonna pick up her cup of mead and just down the whole thing. And then stand up. Whenever the rest of you are ready.
Connor's just knocked back the rest of his scotch.
Yep. Fergie will finish the rest of his mead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Callum sips the rest of his.
As Xander drinks half of his tea and gets other half to Bob.
Bob drinks.
He does. He likes the taste.
What does he drink with?
Whatever inside him that makes him drink.
Okay.
That's interesting. Nice, though, that you can still, consume things.
Yeah, I made it torture existence. I couldn't eat stuff. Eesh.
Yeah, I bet.
Where does it all go?
Magic.
You know what? You're right. I don't want the true answer, so let's just go with that.
As we kind of try out the door, Connor will shoot kind of like a look back at the Vincent and them at the tables in the back.
He's looking at you. Looking at him.
He will quickly just face forward and follow out.
Autobots, roll out.
Where do you guys go from here?
To the Watch's headquarters.
Yep. I'm assuming that the Three Stooges are going to the library or something to look for papers.
Is the library.
To the library, Callum's favorite place. Still, believe it or not.
Nerd.
Shut up.
Police. Okay, who goes to the police station?
That would be me.
And Xander.
Okay, you get to the police station.
You have talked to them more than I have, Xander. You should probably take the lead on this one.
Okay. As he just walks inside.
She'll follow.
You see an old elf with many scars as he looks at you and says, "You here to join the watch?"
No. But we're here to help you guys with a problem you're facing. The, is it artist?
The artist? What are you gonna do about that?
We're trying to find them and bring them down.
Well, you can try. I bet you he ain't gonna do it. But, hell, we ain't got any other options at this point. Understaffed, no people.
Yeah. Why exactly is that the case?
People getting sick and tired of the bad things happening here, so they quit. A lot of people leaving Vaeloria, if you noticed, probably in the last few months. Governor's not doing shit about it. Just staying in his home. Meanwhile, you got all these people scared of the vampires out there, the drow in the forest, randoms and conspiracies going on in the city, making up rumors like wildfire. Fucking tired of this shit. Meanwhile, you got fucking rotten assholes everywhere, stealing, killing, crime going up because there's not enough cops to fucking stop everybody.
Oh, damn. Well, we're here to help, even just a little bit. See, so what do you guys know about the artist?
Not much. That it just is a fucking psychopath that likes to leave 6 scenes for us to find. You see a handsome man get up and he says, but yes. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Melgar, and I've examined these flowers, and they are rare exotic blooms with magical properties. I would say someone with great knowledge of botany and magic. Yeah, but that doesn't really fucking do any help. It's something.
It does narrow it down a bit. At least where the areas they can get the flowers from.
Have you noticed anything else about the kills? Does this animal prefer any certain type of people? Or seems to stick to a certain area of the city?
So far, mainly in the north part of Vaeloria. As of late. Near where you guys live, actually.
Wonderful.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Doesn't seem to have a type, but we notice that the kids aren't usually at the scenes of the crime. They are just missing. Though a lot of people been missing without having their family members be murdered, and we can't see to tie those with the murders either, so we're unsure of that.
So the children just vanish.
As far as we know, we can't find them. We questioned the drow. We even had the leader let us search the village, and we didn't find any sense of that. We even went up to the blood drinkers over there, and they didn't have any of them.
Does this artist always target families?
No, I think it's just random. I had an old lady stapled to the wall another time, and she lived on her own.
Alright.
I saw the killer one time, barely. I was patrolling around and I saw something with unnaturally, like some kind of weird figure. I thought it was a person, but it kept fidgeting. And then I chased it down the alleyway, and then it just was gone in thin air.
Alright. So the north part of the city where we live does not target indiscriminately and always makes the children disappear. That's a good place to start. Do you agree, Xander?
Yeah? And I imagine they usually strike at night.
Yes. And since we lack the gods, there's nobody really patrolling the areas, really. It's just me and fuckhead over there. I'm getting so tired that I've been harshening up the punishments for even little petty crimes.
Well, at least for a while, you'll have us helping patrol.
Well,
He's
I hope
the-
you do find him or her, or whatever it is, because I'm not sure how long Vaeloria is gonna survive with all this fear.
Is there anything else we should know, or is that about it?
We had one witness say that they said it was a tailor that worked near the crime scene of the recent ones, but when we questioned him, he had an alibi. He was with his wife. We searched his home, nothing there. This was made by a homeless man, so who knows if it's real or not, but that's the only lead that we had. But it turned out to be a dead end, but you can relook into that.
I will keep that in mind. Shall we go find the others, Xander?
Yeah. Hopefully they found something else.
Yep. Cerulean will bow a little bit and then turn and walk out.
Oh, and if you've run into any unclaimed cadavers, please bring them to me and I'll pay you finally, says Elgar.
Well, keep that in mind. As he walks out.
To the library.
library.
As you get
The library.
to the library.
This is a big library.
It is.
So, what we ask for, maybe newspapers and such on their victims and see if there's a pattern?
That's just about the gist of it, yes.
Yep, good place to start.
Can I help you?
Yes, we would just like all the newspapers on the artist killings.
Why exactly would you like those things?
We're investigating and want to notice if there's a pattern between them.
I can tell you the pattern right now. They're all sick as fuck.
Yes, you see, it's not really a pattern, it's more of a statement.
Well, if you go to that room
Right.
to your left over there, you can review the crystal with past news clippings with the hologram.
Alright. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and then roll an investigation. And what are you searching for exactly?
Are either of you good at that?
I have +2.
I got +2.
Oh, great, that's good. Okay, do that.
Okay.
Oh, gods. 7 plus 7 is 14, so...
You roll 2, Connor, see if you can get triple sevens.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not
+0.
quite understand how this crystal works.
I have never seen anything like this in my life.
Just knock that on. There's a bit of something.
Well,
We all just stood around, like, slapping around. How does this work? Huh?
Okay, what you find...
I guess kind of looking for is like if there's like specific opulences or areas he's kind of in. Like, is he mostly feeling like a bunch of poor people or like homeless or
Does he prefer, more women, more men? Maybe age range?
The disappearances and murders seem disturbingly frequent and random. You do manage to get a subtle pattern emerging where various reports every 3 days, either a murder or a vanishing or both seems to happen. Sometimes there are 3 bodies found on the following day posed in triangles or circles. Roll investigation again.
Let's see if we do better.
Oh, good.
You're gonna break
Oh.
the machine.
Pierogi, see if, well, Connor, see if you can do better. Both of us technically.
This is what happens when Cerulean trusts you guys to do something.
Yeah.
You see that there is some cryptic poetry scrawled near some scenes, and they say lines like, "Beware the watchful silence, and all blooms in death's garden." Okay, and then roll another investigation.
You got this, Callum. Oh,
Pierogi's got it.
look at Hiroki. Hiroki
Oh,
figured it
that's
out.
how it works.
And now you roll fucking nat 20.
Okay, I think I get this now.
You roll, Connor. I want to see what you get.
No. Fine.
Connor gets it too.
You see some articles that say the jester of the royal governor has been noted saying some bizarre things, like blooming from within and silence in numbers. Some interpret these as the jester's riddles, while others wonders what the jester himself knows more than he lets on.
Alright. Well, it seems like we might need to do something about the jester of the governor. He's a weird one.
He'll be a suspect.
And he's just they are genuinely quite strange.
That's why I said a suspect. Doesn't mean he's done it, but we'll keep an eye on him. Is that all we get from
The flower sprouting from the bodies are blood veil orchid, a strange flower that's only unique to Vaeloria. Um, Many of the bodies you find that are found are holding trinkets or personal effects that don't belong to them, like a locket or like a scrap of fabric or something. But it has a connection to a previous victim of the other bodies. Yeah, that's all you find so far. The killer kills every 3 days, sometimes kills 3 bodies at once and puts them in weird
What's the date on the last killing?
It was 2 days ago.
I see.
So he should be going after somebody today.
That's a possibility.
Alright, well, now we go tell the others what we learned.
Yeah, so
Yes, I suppose we should.
Where do you all meet up at?
So maybe back at the bar?
If it'll let me
Yeah,
load.
that works.
Yeah.
Back at the bar.
Yep. Cerulean takes a seat. Waits
I
for
was
the
gonna
others
say
to
we should
show
have
up.
sit somewhere. We should sit somewhere private, but there's no really. I was gonna say we should sit somewhere private, but there's no place that's really private, so never mind.
I mean, maybe this corner booth over here, but Alright. Sunin, Santa, what did you find?
We found out that the artist tends to prefer the northern part of the city, near where we live, actually.
Yeah.
He does not seem to have a type in his victims. But the children always disappear.
So, no dead children, just missing.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else?
Was that Butch? The elf?
Yeah.
Would Cerulean know who that was?
Yeah?
Butch says he got sight of the killer at one point. Chased a twitching, gangly, unnatural-looking thing down an alleyway, where it just vanished.
Alright. That's... Okay, so my guess is it transforms.
Sounds likely, yeah.
Okay, well, we did get a bit more information. Does anyone else want to say it, or should I just say it all?
Be my guess, but okay.
Okay. Well, we also found that they don't seem to be connected in terms of, their age or gender or anything. But the killer seems to act every 3 days and sometimes kills about 3 people at once. They are usually posed in either triangle or circle shapes. And we also found that here's some of the scenes says poetry that I can't quite discern. Had stuff like beware the watchful silence, death blooms in the watchful garden. And that actually kind of connects to something else, which apparently the jester of the governor has been saying weird stuff kind of similar. He's been saying things like blooming from within, silence in others. And the flowers in the bodies are blood-veiled orchids, which are only grow here in Vaeloria. And many of them are holding items that belong to other people, the previous victims, like lockets or fabric or things that just that it seems like the killer put in the person's hands. And unfortunately, the last killing was 2 days ago, so next one's gonna happen soon.
Thank you, Pierogi, for that. You can relax now.
Thank you.
Yes, well done. Yeah, Cerulean once again just kind of gently ruffles Brogy's hair. Well. Oh, that is right. There was another suspect, but he had an alibi. A barber.
A barber.
Yeah. He was apparently with his wife. But there should be no harm in double-checking that, along with his jester.
I don't know if the governor is going to allow people to come question his random party to come question his jester in the middle of the
Well, that is why I was going to say we should do that tomorrow. If the artist is planning to kill again, we need to be on the streets. On the off chance we can stop it.
Mm. Do we check with the barber's wife today? To at least get that one cleared?
What time is it?
It's about 10 o'clock.
It is getting dark. We probably should wait.
Well, wouldn't this be perfect time? If he's not there, then that's slightly suspicious. If he is there, then that kind of confirms it.
I'm not sure we should base our accusations on whether or not somebody is not home at 10 o'clock. But if one of us would like to go talk to his wife, be my guest.
I don't suggest myself. I'm really not good with questions.
I am not either.
What about you, Connor? I know you have a way with women. Just do not take too long. I would prefer to have as many of us on the street as possible and cover as much ground as possible.
I don't, not want to mix business with pleasure.
Right. Erogi, would you like to stick with me?
Yeah, sure. That seems fine to me.
Looks like you're with me, Callum.
That's fine.
Alright, let us be off then. Sterling's gonna stand up and head for the door.
Yep,
He's gonna
bro,
be
you
the
follow.
one.
Okay, we'll take a quick 10-minute break. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
I wrote out the notes in Vaeloria chat.
Awesome.
Okay.
How's the new cerulean voice working?
I like it.
Eee.
So far, so good to me.
Eee. The depression is strong.
Excellent.
Jeez, I can't believe I'm being judged by how I drink my drink.
Yeah,
Rude,
you
huh?
are, because you're being no weirdo.
In a bar! Where people do weird stuff all the time when they're drunk.
How often do you see people decide to drink from the mug like a dog?
I mean, he wasn't drinking it. He wasn't drinking from it like a dog, like he was lapping it up. He was like, you know that thing where you fill up your cup too much, so you have to slurp, kind of like slurp some of it off so it doesn't overflow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was doing that. saying, he wasn't like, yeah, it's not laughing at it like he's some dog.
Man, this is one of those times where I wish I knew poetry. Bergie's supposed to know poetry, but I don't. The hell would understanding poetry be? What skill check would that be, anyways?
I don't know.
Probably performance, maybe?
Insight.
Perhaps. Maybe when a DM gets back, I could ask him if I could do a check for Bergie to try to figure out the hidden meaning of the poetry. I was looking at my things, I was like, why do I have a proficiency in land vehicles? And I was like, oh god, is it from the clown car?
If so, that's hilarious.
Sorry, I had a taco.
Good. Ooh, crop time updated.
Ah, you spoiled it. I never said God before, and you spoiled it.
What?
Take out the scissors.
Oh, sorry. I choked on my tea.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. This is the second day in a row I've choked on tea. I'm gonna get sick if I keep doing this. Oh, holy Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm dying.
Oh, yikes.
Okay, using an inhaler apparently can help, so I did that.